guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you stopped by today because today we've got another really fun project. I'm going to be making a pumpkin-shaped pillow for Halloween. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to make for our pumpkin is going to be the body of the pumpkin. If you've ever seen a beach ball, you kind of have an idea of what I'm going for, so we're kind of starting out by making a ball first. So for my pumpkin, I'm going to be using about 6 of these, so I'm going to cut out the orange fabric for that, and then we're going to start sewing them together. Now the sewing for this is actually really easy. It just looks kind of complicated because it's just all over the place. But you're going to start by taking 2 of the pieces of patterns and you're going to pin them together and sew them down one side. Once those are connected, you're going to take another pattern and pin it to one of those sides and just keep connecting them together until you meet in the middle. Just make sure that you leave an opening to flip your fabric right side out when you're done. So right now I have my beach ball slash pumpkin and we're going to start stuffing it. Now if you do a pumpkin about the same size I'm using, it's going to take a decent amount of stuffing. You don't have to stuff it like really firm because you are going to be working with the shape later, but you do want to make sure there is enough stuffing in there so it's not floppy. So kind of like what I have right now. Now the first thing you're going to do to shape your pumpkin is you're going to take a really strong thread and needle and you're going to run it down the middle. You're going to do it a few times and make sure to pull tight when you do it so that you can create a nice dip. Once you have it really secure, you can tie off your string and then we're going to start making the little grooves in the pumpkin. Now to make the grooves of the pumpkin, you're going to use your same needle and thread and you're going to run it in and out of the fabric, creating a nice line from the top of the pumpkin down to the bottom. The best way to get a straight line is to just follow the seams that you have already on the fabric. Once you get to the other end of the pumpkin, you're going to make sure to pull tight so that you create that nice dip, and then you're going to tie off your string and then start again on the next seam. Now since I made my pumpkin using 6 pattern pieces, I'm going to be doing 6 lines down the pumpkin. If you make it thinner and you want it to have more grooves, you're going to have to do more lines. Okay, now I'm going to make the stem of the pumpkin. I'm using felt for this, but you can use really whatever fabric you want to use. I just had this at hand. So you're going to start by drawing a circle out, and then you're going to measure around that circle to get the length of the next fabric piece. So you'll need that measurement, and then whatever measurement you want next is going to be how long the stem is. Then you're going to take your needle and thread and just start sewing that strip of fabric around the circle. Once you get all the way around, you're just going to connect the 2 halves of that strip of fabric, and then you can stuff it and close it up. Okay, now to make the leaves for the pumpkin. Now the fabric I'm using is kind of stretchy and it's really thin, so I have a layer of batting underneath to make the leaves a little thicker. Now I wanted 3 leaves for my pumpkin, but if you want more or less, just do what you feel is right. For mine, I drew out a simple leaf pattern. You can tell it's really nothing fancy, and I placed it on the fabric and I did it into a kind of triangle shape. So I'm just going to pin all of my fabric together and then I'm going to run along the line with a sewing machine. Once you're done with the sewing, you'll want to cut off all the extra fabric off, and then you're going to pull up the fabric in the middle and cut a nice little hole. That way you can flip the fabric right side out. Now instead of closing off this circle, I am going to take the stem of the pumpkin and I'm going to put our leaves resting over it, and then I'm going to sew it, connecting it, following the little circle. And then we're going to put this on top of the pumpkin and sew along that to connect it. Okay guys, and here is our pumpkin pillow. I think it came out so cute. I'm going to be using it to decorate for Halloween and Thanksgiving, so that's why I left the face off of it. But if you want it more Halloween themed, you could put a little jack-o'-lantern face. Just get some felt, cut out the shapes, and sew them on. If you don't want to sew them on, you can glue them on. It's really simple. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's project. If so, leave me a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!